Hey everyone, it's Spencer here with the Cut Buddy. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Trim Buddy trimmer. So I've got my trimmer right here, and it comes with all sorts of guards. And also I've got shaping tool, pencil for the shaping tool, and we're also going to be showing you guys how to use that as well, because that is going to help you line up your beard perfectly. But before I get into lining up the top part of my beard, you got to make sure that you oil your blades before every use. If you don't oil your blade, it could warp the actual blades, which will catch your hair and make the trimming process a nightmare, and you won't get the results you want. So you gotta make sure you oil them. And if you don't oil them as well, they're gonna get really hot because they need to be lubricated. So make sure that you oil your blades. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this bottom part right here. All right, so I've got my Trim Buddy right here, and the Trim Buddy comes with a lever, and the lever actually has 3 different positions that'll do different things for you. If you use the lever and you bring it all the way down to where this blade is below this one, that is going to be open. And if you have it open, that's for fading, that's for trying to make sure that, you know, if you got nothing right here, you can fade it in, things like that. And then if you actually bring it all the way up, it's gonna be closed, and that's just for mowing down hair. So that would be good for a place like right down here where I don't want this hair. I would use it closed. So I've got it closed, and now turn it on, and we're just gonna start using it down here. One thing I will say before I start actually going on the hair is that you wanna ride your skin. So it's gonna be a motion like this, where you're riding your skin. Just riding that skin all the way to the line that you want it to go to. Another tip too, I like to push my face in. I'll use my finger and just push my cheek in so I can see where I'm shaving. You can also position the blade like this and ride it as well. And that's where I like to get my lines, holding it like this. For this next part, I'm gonna show you guys how to use the shaping tool. And we're gonna do one side with just the shaping tool, and then the other side, we'll add the pencil in. I'm gonna get my friend here, Josh, to help me with the pencil, because I've actually never used the pencil, and typically people will use the pencil to make sure that line is nice and crispy, but it helps to have another person helping you. So Josh, mind helping me out?
So you're gonna use the pencil, and it's gonna allow you to trace along the shaping tool, and you just need to find the curve that works for the person who wants the edge up. You always want to match the natural curve of your beard because you don't want it to look like it's not you or false. So this one matches Spencer's natural curve. It looks like the Cut Buddy was made just for you, Spencer. And you want to grab the pencil and lightly draw along the line. And there you go with a perfect guideline. And now Spencer has the liberty to just go ahead and cut along this line, or he can take the shaping tool and keep it here and cut along this line as well.
All right, so now that we've got the line drawn, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Trim Buddy right directly on it. And yeah, let's get to work. One quick note, to start out with, I just use this side and hold it like this, right on my face. But if you need to get those finer little edges and stuff, you're gonna use the corner of it, and you're just kinda gonna swoop. So you're gonna take it with the corner and kinda just swoop to get those finer little bits. Everybody's gonna have a stronger and a weaker side that they feel more comfortable or less comfortable on when it comes to shaving with this trimmer. Make sure that you decide wisely whether you want to use the pencil on your weaker or stronger side. I decided to put the pencil on my weaker side because I'm trying to get better at this. With this tool, it's great for both weaker and stronger side because all you have to do is just hold it and just go to town. But since I put the line on my weaker side, I'm attempting to find the best position to hold the trimmer, and this seems to be the way for me, where I go like this. So now that we've done this side, we're gonna switch to this side and we're gonna use the shaping tool. One big thing is that you wanna obviously keep the same curve that you used on this side, but you also wanna have the same symmetry as the other side that you already shaved. So what I'm gonna do, take my shaping tool, line up my sideburn, and then the height is what really matters because you wanna make sure that it lines up with the other side. So this one goes right above my mustache. So I'm gonna put it right above my mustache right there. And then I'm gonna keep my face nice and steady. On this side, I like to hold it like this and just go up with the trimmer until there's no hair there. So we line it up right to the top of the mustache because that's what it was on the other side. Take the trimmer. And as you can see, there's a pretty nice line right here. And on the other side, we just wash off this line. So I got my rag with a little bit of water. Just wash off the pencil line. And then you've got your nice lines. Now that I've lined up my beard and lined up the bottom part and trimmed it down, I'm gonna actually trim down the actual beard in the middle. I like to use the 4.5 millimeter guard. It's gonna depend on what you want. And for me, I like the 4.5 guard. One thing to note when you're putting your guard on, if you wanna use a guard, you gotta make sure that the lever is actually closed. If the lever is actually opened, which it'll look like this, then you could potentially catch your hair. And even with the guard on, you can still potentially catch your hair. So you wanna make sure you close it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the lever till it's closed. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the guard on. So with the guard, you take it, it's got a notch at the bottom right here. And all you do, you just take from the top, stick it in the top so it matches, and then you just push the notch down and boom. Now that I've got it on, all I'm gonna do is just even out the beard. I like to honestly keep my mustache the way it is because it doesn't grow as fast as the rest of my beard. So I don't like to trim it down, but sometimes if it gets too long, I will trim it down. But I'm gonna just trim down this part. One thing to note too is I have a plastic guard on right here, and it helps you not catch your hair into the trimmer to avoid any pain or any irritation. And also, when I hold this, when I'm trimming my beard, the actual inside part, I'm just holding it like this, and I'm kind of just riding it and just going up, just like I was before. Another thing, every so often, I like to brush down the beard just to check how it looks after it's brushed down. And if it's too long in a certain area, I'll go back in on that area, but it's looking pretty good. All right, so we finished trimming the beard, finished the edging. All we have to do now is the mustache, which I guess you could use shaping tool. I particularly don't use it. It's really better for the curves and stuff, so I wouldn't really advise it. And I like to kind of just freehand with the Trim Buddy. So I just like to get that straight line at the bottom. I don't like to trim too much off my mustache, but I'm just gonna look in the mirror and get rid of any of the extra lines that are longer. I'm just trying to even it out. So we've just finished the shave. Mustache is looking good, beard is looking good. Last thing we have to do, skincare. With skincare, you have to make sure you disinfect your face where you shaved, and you also have to moisturize it after. So here at the Cut Buddy, we've got post-shave spray that helps disinfect. And then we've also got some Bump Buddy cream. I like the Bump Buddy cream the best. There is also a post-shave butter that we offer, but I like to use the Bump Buddy cream because I'm telling you, once you start using this stuff, it smells amazing. You're gonna wanna use it for the rest of your life. Post-shave treatment spray. You just take it, spray it on the areas that you shaved. You'll feel the sting a little bit, but that's a good sting. You want that sting because it's gonna disinfect those areas that you just shaved. And then once that dries, you'll go ahead and use your Bump Buddy cream to moisturize your skin. So you're gonna want about a dime amount, about this much Bump Buddy cream. And then you'll take it, you'll just put in those areas, rub it in to the areas you just shaved. So after using the trimmer, if you're trimming your hair, shaving your face, whatever it might be, if you need to use the Bump Buddy cream until you don't feel irritation, I would recommend you use it every few hours that same day. And then once you stop feeling that irritation, you're good and your skin is all moisturized and you won't need it anymore. The last part of the shaving process is going to be cleaning your tools. So obviously with the guard I used, it's got hair on it and stuff. So I'm just going to want to wash it. I'm going to get my sink. Wash it off. We provide a brush in the packaging of the Trim Buddy, and it's gonna look just like this. So you can also use that to get any of the fine hairs out. Then I'm gonna dry it off with a microfiber cloth, let that dry. One thing to note when you're cleaning your Trim Buddy is that it is not waterproof, so you're not gonna wanna put it in the sink or wash it under the faucet. We recommend you use a damp cloth. So you just take a cloth, get it slightly damp, and then that way you can wash off anything on the blade. You want to be very careful. You don't want to get water in there. And then I'm going to use the other side, wash that off. I'm going to use that same brush that we used for the guard on the trimmer. Get those hairs out of there. I'm also going to make sure to remove the plastic guard to get any of the hairs that might have gotten in the inside. And then lastly, you got to make sure that you oil your blades before and after every use. Before oiling your blades, you can use a disinfectant spray to make sure that your blades are disinfected. And you can also, while you're cleaning your blades, brush out those hairs and then use a disinfectant spray to disinfect it. And then all you have to do, add that oil again, and you're good to go. But you don't have to necessarily do it. It's just an addition to. So, I'm gonna take the oil that comes with the Trim Buddy, open it up, and you're just gonna put it right on the blades, just a little bit, like 3 drops or so. And then I like to let it run down the blade. And you can also put it in between the 2 blades as well on the side. Just like this. And again, let it run down. The main thing with the oil is that you want to make sure it sounds like it's nice and lubricated and it's not being stopped by any hairs or anything like that. So we can turn it on. I've moved the oil around a little bit, and it sounds very good. It sounds just like it came out of the box. Perfect. And then the last thing with the oil is that you're gonna wanna take any dripping or remaining oil out with a cloth. So I'm just gonna lightly dry it off real quick. And then again, turn it on, check it. Sounds good. And that is the Trim Buddy done. I have lined up my beard. I trimmed it down with the Trim Buddy with a guard, cleaned it off, oiled it. You gotta make sure you oil before and after. And if you guys have any other questions, you can reach us at customer@thecutbuddy.com. I will see you guys next time.